Hello everyone, this is Professor Shaista Khanum from Vidyavardhini College of Engineering and Technology. So today we'll see how to execute program of ARM in Keel 4. So the link to download the Keel 4 is given in the description box of this video. So you can download, and the procedure is exactly same as how we do for 8051. The only difference is when we are going to select a chip, at the time we are going to select a ARM IC, ARM7. So, and after that I have created a file and then I have saved it as .asm. Now here you can see there is a small difference. Here we can see something area, entry. These are some new words over here. Some of these are nothing but assembler directives. What are assembler directives? These assembler directives are nothing but a direction to the assembler, which are non-executable instructions. So there is no memory requirement for this, but these are the instruction for assembler. So here we are using area, which is used to define the area of where the name of the area is matched, and its type is code read-only memory. So that is nothing but some sort of, we can say we are defining a memory here, whether a code memory, whether a data memory, that you can define. Next is entry assembler directive. Entry is nothing but after entry, whatever is the instruction, so that is going to decide ki what is the entry. After entry, the first instruction will be executed. So that is nothing but what an indication to the assembler that after this the next instruction it has to execute. And end is nothing but assembler directive with the indication, or the end directive is going to inform the assembler directive to stop executing the instruction. Now here I am doing some simple add and subtract and multiplication instruction, and we are just checking what is happening. So here I have taken some data, and after taking that data I am adding R2, R0, R1, so that we want to observe कि when you add the data of R0 and R1, the answer will be stored in R2. So that here with the help of ARM7 we have instruction like we can add two operands also, and we can store the answer in third register so that our operand is not going to change. Next I have written add R4, R0, R1 LSL hash 2 is nothing but logical shift left operation by 2 bits. So that is nothing but here the main benefit we are getting due to the barrel shifter presence in the ARM programmers model. So it is nothing but what, in one instruction only it is shifting my register R1 content by 2 bits, then it is adding with R0, and then I am getting the answer in R4. So 2-3 operations are performed in the same instruction, and shifting by 2 is nothing but what, left shift by 2 is nothing but multiplication by 4. So here in this way you will get the R4 answer. Then sub S, you can see there's a difference. In add I have written S, in sub I have written S. S is nothing but what, a suffix. When I am using S, this indicates that after this operation my flag register, that is CPSR, will be affected. If I am not writing S, even though there is a flag change, but it will not be saved in CPSR. So this is the main difference over in as compared to 8051 and ARM7. The next is nothing but move EQ is called as conditional execution. This is also a new thing in ARM, that instead of using a branch instruction, we can use this move EQ. What move EQ is checking? Move EQ is checking a zero flag. If zero flag is set, then only this move of R1 into R10 will be possible. If it is not equal, that means if equal means what? See, if it is equal, actually in over here I am doing a subtract operation. So if R3 and R1, my answer is my zero flag will be set if my answer is 0, and answer can be 0 if R3 and R1 are equal. So indirectly I am checking the equality only. So if it is equal के लिए I am checking a zero flag, then this R1 content will be moved in R10. Otherwise this instruction will be skipped and it will come to the UMUL. Now UMUL is nothing but unsigned multiplication, where simply I am multiplying R0 and R1 content, and I am providing the answer in R6 and R7. R6 is a lower 4 byte and R7 is higher 4 byte. Now next is UMLLAL, that is nothing but what? Unsigned multiply and accumulate. So over here what is happening? This is nothing but very beneficial in DSP operations. Here I am doing a multiplication, that is R0 into R1. Then after doing the multiplication, I am adding the content of R0 plus R1 and I am storing the answer in R8 and R9, that is lower 4 byte in R8 and higher 4 byte in R9. So now we'll first build the target. If anyone is having any doubt, we can just check in while debugging also, we can understand. Now, so we'll go step by step. So our first is nothing but, first instruction is move R0 comma hash 10. See, here I have written 10, that is nothing but I have not written anything hex or something. 0x I have not written or h I have not written, that means this is a decimal number. But when it will be stored in memory, it will be hex number. So you can see R0 में what has been stored? 000A. A is nothing but what? A hexadecimal equivalent of 10. Now next is move R1 में 4, then next is R8 में 4 will be moved, next R9 में 0 will be moved, right? Then next what we are doing, we are moving the content of R1 into R3. R1 में 4 is there, so that will be moved in R3 also. So you can see R3 में भी 4 has come. Now next we are adding the content of R0 and R1. So R0 में A है and R1 is containing 4. So that is nothing but 10 plus 4 is 14, and whereas 14 का hexadecimal is 0E. So you can see R2 I am getting the answer as 000E. So this addition part is completed. Now we'll check addition with rotation, with shift operation. See, if I am going to, if you see R0 and R1, R0 is 10 and R1 is 4. So I am shifting R1. So R1 will be multiplied by 4. So that means 4 to the 8. Sorry, 4 4 is 16. 16 is nothing but 16 is a decimal number. 16 hex is 10H. 10H will add with 10, which is 10 ka hexadecimal is, you can see, it is showing over here 000A. So 000A will add with 00010. So your answer should be 1A. So please try to solve it on paper, so you'll get it more, you'll have a more understanding. So here R4 answer is 1A. So here we have done the shifting operation, that is, and along with that we have done the addition also. Now here you can see when we have done the addition, you can see CPSR content, there is no change, whatever is there, because whenever there is a change in any register, this blue color it is highlighted. Now you observe when I'll execute next, that is sub S. Now in sub S you can see this CPSR is changed. Here I got this 06, that is nothing but what? Here my zero flag is set, because my R3 and R1 data is same. If it is same, then what will happen? This R1 ka data should come in R10. So we need to check whether it is executing properly or not. So here you can see R10 में R1 का data आ गया. Yes. So it is 004. So it has come in R10. So that is possible only if zero flag is set. This is called as conditional execution. Now R0 is containing A and R1 is containing 4. That is nothing but 10 and 4. 10 and 4 is 40. Decimal number 40, hexadecimal of 40. Let's see what you will get. 28H. So when you multiply 10 into 4, that is nothing but R0 into R1. So you will get the answer in R6. R6 is 0 and R7 is 0028. You can see 28 wala, this thing is nothing but your lower byte and higher byte is going in R6. So here it is using big endians mode, hence here this is happening. So lower is stored in a higher register and higher byte is stored in a lower register. So now next what will happen? It will multiply and then it will add also. So now next what happened? You got the answer. Yeah, R8 and R9. You can see what happened in R8 and R9. In R8 and R9, we got this 28, and R9 we got, here we have multiplied, and then we have done the addition also. UMLL is nothing but what? We have multiplied and then we have done the addition also. So in this way, R0 into R1, that is 10 into 4, 40, 28 will be the answer. 28 will add with R0 and R1. So just please check. So it is nothing but correct. 28. So here we are getting this answer. You just check for this UMLL, right? And if you just try to exit, and the program link is also available in a link. So just go download the program and try to execute it and check whether you are getting the answer or not. Thank you so much.